If you could go back and go, you know what, like, I don't have to be in so much pain. I could have done this sooner. Were there some breadcrumbs that you were going the wrong way? Was there some guilt when you were looking at porn? What was going on then?
I was trying to escape reality because I wanted to die.
Hey, domestic pal, Liz Betty back here with the Happy Million Show, and today's incredible, amazing guest is Preston Anderson. How are you, my friend?
I am so good, Liz. I am so stoked to be on with you today. This is awesome.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have so much fun. So, in the light of the fact that this show is all about helping people build businesses and lives that they absolutely love without it costing the things that matter, if you only had 1 minute on this podcast with me, what's one word of advice that you would want to say to people right now?
Oh man, one word of advice in 1 minute. That's it. That's all I get.
One sentence I should have said. Go for it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Put the important things first and let everything fall after that.
Mm. So I love that. And that must have, I'm making an assumption here that must have come from something having, like, you reaching a point in your business and your life where you're like, no, I really need to put the important things first. Can you tell us a story about that?
A big story. So in 2016, my son was born with some heart defects. And during that time, he was in the hospital for 400 days in 2 years. I lost myself. And so, like, during that time, I detached from reality. I detached from my family. My wife and I were like really struggling. You know what? The one thing that was working was my business. And so I was putting like the cart before the horse, and the things that were not important, I was like spending all of my time in. I was working 16 hours a day, but not really working 16 hours a day. I was playing on my phone or playing video games or looking at porn, doing all sorts of stupid stuff that I should have been doing. And I, during that time, like, my relationship with God was broken. My relationship with my wife was broken. My relationship with myself was broken. And my kids, all these things were like the most important things were all broken. And so at the end of that year in 2018, so he was born in 16, he got home in 17, and like 17 and 18, I'm like trying to rebuild my life. And so I looked at my life, the landscape, and I thought, how do I fix this? And so I'm like, all right, let's take the one thing that's working, let's sell it, let's start over, because we have to put all of these other things first. And so I spent like 19, I made no money in 19, but in 19, I fixed my relationship with my God, my wife, myself, my kids, and I put those things first. And
Mm.
um, yeah, that's kind of where it comes from. If we want to go deeper on that stuff, we can, but
This is amazing because a lot of people reach a point where things hurt so much that they have to shift and change. If you could go back and go, you know what, like, I don't have to be in so much pain. I could have done this sooner. Were there some breadcrumbs that you were going the wrong way? Was there some emotion coming up? Was there some guilt when you were looking at porn, when maybe you were like, maybe this
oh,
isn't the, like, what was going on then?
I was trying to escape reality because I wanted to
Mm.
die.
Oh, wow, that's big, dude.
Like my world had fallen apart, and I was legitimately mourning the death of my son while he was still alive.
Yeah.
I actually mourned his death. This sounds so weird, but I mourned his death before he was born. And what I
Wow.
realized later was it wasn't his death I mourned. I mourned the death of somebody that I thought I was getting that I didn't. That, like, the thought of a perfect healthy baby, I mourned that.
Yeah.
Okay. And oh man, um, yeah, I lost connection with reality during that time. Uh, like, there was this moment of like we were in this pain for so long, and I couldn't save my son. I couldn't help him. I couldn't fix him. And so I just used all of these other things as masking agents. I used classic. I was playing a video game 8 to 10 hours a day,
Yeah.
um, and it was an escape from reality,
Yeah.
something that I was using just to escape my emotions.
Got it. So now, like, and I'm moving quickly here because there are a lot of really super distracted people watching this podcast right now, and they're like,
Mhm.
just get to the point, And I want everyone to understand that. I mean, I just had a coaching call with a client this morning who so much chaos in their world, and we brought it back to the clarity. Here it is. These are the things that matter.
Mhm.
And we're talking here about the things that really matter: your connection with God, your connection with your beautiful wife, your connection with your beautiful children, your connection actually also with yourself, which K of kapow starts with, like, means actually connection,
Yeah.
connection, alignment, purpose, ownership, and wealth. And we can talk about that a little bit more. But what you're saying here is put the things that matter first. And then incredible things happened for you. Let's talk about where you are now.
Yeah.
I Word on the street is you're having gorgeous, hot, amazing sex with your wife. Is this correct?
All the time. It's
There we
amazing.
go. There we go. Congratulations. That's amazing. You told me
That
nothing was off
relationship got
limits.
fixed,
So
by
here
the
we go.
way.
Sorry?
That relationship got fixed.
That relationship got fixed. That's amazing. You have a front facing relationship with your God. And I say
Mhm.
front facing because I see you on social media going,
Yeah.
hey, I'm Mormon. Ask me anything.
Right.
So you've done, I wouldn't even want to call it a 360. You've done a turnabout.
Yeah.
How is life for you now? Let's talk about that.
Oh man. My wife and I just we can't get over where we are in life right now. Like looking oh man, the past decade of my life from 10 years ago to today, I wouldn't even recognize myself
Mm,
like in that time. The success that we've had, the the highs and the lows that my wife and I have had over the past decade would rock people to the core. We can go over all, like, holy Christmas, there's been so many. But like every time we've been pulled back and it feels like an arrow and we go farther forward every
mm-hmm,
single time. And so we've had numerous times where we've had that where God's like pulling us back and it's like, all right, we're just gonna let you go.
mm-hmm,
And we keep flying forward more further and further and further forward. And so
mm.
yeah, I mean, we are thriving. Both of us are, we have two seven-figure businesses. We're both crushing it. Like our relationship is amazing. We have three kids that are growing and just they're like weeds, 10, 12, and 14. My relationship with them is just off the charts incredible. I love each and every one of them. And like I have very deep connections with them, not just like, oh, hey, there's these little people at home, but like they're legit friends, to be honest. And
Mm.
like I'm trying to help them and mentor them to find their own path in this life. And yeah, there's just I have no other word for it besides thrive. We're thriving.
Oh, wow. I love that. When you talk about these moments of being pulled back by God, and God
Mhm.
saying, hey, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, I would assume now that you have learnt in those moments to have even deeper faith. Would that be correct?
Oh yeah, 100
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Talk to us and about one of those moments where you might have had frustration, like before you now have faith, you had frustration. And what was the pullback? Where were you feeling that you were being pulled back from? And where did you propel to? Yeah, let's go through that.
Um, oh man. Okay. Oh jeez. So how do I'm gonna get to a point, but like to get there, it's kind of an intertwining story. So we'll tell the story. So in 21, my wife had like the most incredible year. She has a cookie business. So I'm a CPA. Our lives are like so incredibly different. We're just insanely different people. But in 21, she had this idea of starting a cookie event, and she was going to have 750 people at this event. And our initial budget for this thing was like 150,000. And as it went, the budget started expanding, and all of a sudden we're at 250. And we were having a really hard time selling tickets. But the event company that was putting on kept expanding the budget. I'm like, this is not feeling very comfortable. Um, but then we had a moment 4 months in, 2 or 3 months before the event. My wife's brother died. Okay. He actually took his own life and he committed suicide. And it rocked my family to the core. And at the same time, my wife and I had already been through a lot of the hard things in this world. And so we had a ton of tools to deal with this.
Mm,
Lauren and I weren't thrown off as much as her family was because it felt like a lot of them had never really been through something this hard.
mm,
Whereas we'd already been through Micah. We'd had been in the hospital 400 days. we had a lot of tools at our tool belt at our disposal,
Mm.
and we were leaning on those tools. But then we got home, we ended up canceling the event, and that original 150 budget, $150,000 budget, we ended up deciding to cancel the event, and it cost us close to $300,000 to cancel the event, to not have the event. So it cost us goodwill with our clients or with our people. It cost us money. We had to refund people money. We had to, and there was a moment where one of the vendors decided to sue us. We had paid her half, and she's like, "Well, you owe us the full thing." The moment she decided to sue us, I felt this like just shove backwards, and I'm like, I was very, very, very angry for about 5 minutes. I saw a lot of red, and I was like, if I had been in a car at that moment and saw her, I don't think I would still be out today. But I had that much anger. But I talked to my coach, and my coach is like, dude, it's just money. And money is literally nothing more than energy. That's it. You're giving her your energy. And so um, I was like, cool. All right. It's just money. No big deal. And it was one of those times where, like, that year we got pulled back money wise, right? Like, we just got this just gigantic pullback where we lost a lot of money. We lost a lot of goodwill. And the money kind of just stopped flowing from my wife's business for a minute. And I had to really kind of let go of a lot of things with her business, with money, with all of that, and realize that, hey, I can always make more. Like, she wants to sue us for 30,000 or 60, whatever the number was. I don't remember. Um, it's okay. I can be at peace with it, and I don't have to feel like I want to run her over in my car. I did for 5 minutes, but I realized it's like it's just money. There's bigger things at play. Like how I came up with this. I didn't come up with this, but like I heard this thing. It's like, how much money would I give to bring Austin back? That
Mm.
number doesn't exist.
Mm.
$300,000, no big deal. I would pay that plus some. I would pay my entire net worth to bring him back. And so
Mm.
it's like, all right, it was all connected. When I put it in those terms, there was no number for me to be upset at anymore. It was just energy, and I had to let it go.
So beautiful. It sounds to me like you've become, in a lot of regards, a master of reframing, of looking at things that are crappy and looking at through a different light. Now, where did you
Mhm.
propel to from there? Where did you go from there? Like now you have two seven-figure businesses, but
Yeah.
you were being sued. There was this, there was that. There was like you were in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? Like what's happened?
So I took a step. At the time, I was working a lot in my wife's business,
Hmm.
and I was spending most of my time there. After that happened, I kind of stopped working in her business at all.
Mm.
We had to save our marriage again. Like, it was like I was very frustrated with her, with the money, with this and that and the other. I had to completely take a step back and say, hey, this is your baby. I'm not going to be involved, because if I'm involved, I am going to push in ways that aren't comfortable, and it's not comfortable for our marriage. And so I took a complete step back out of her business. And over the past 3 years, I don't think I've probably spent 50 hours total inside of her business. Now, she talks to me a lot, and we both pass things off on each other, and we like use each other as consultants in each other's business. But actually working inside of her business, I don't do it anymore, where at the time I was working like 20 hours a week.
Wow.
And so it allowed me to focus more on my business, and now my business is thriving. it's it's doing phenomenal things, and we have 10 employees, and I think we just hired two more, so I got, I think, 12 employees, and things are just crushing. It's going great. And so had that not happened, I don't know that I would have gone back to my business full time like I did.
Mm. So it sounds to me also like you have become the king of having difficult conversations.
Oh yeah. Um, yeah, so reframing and difficult conversations, 100%. So um with Micah, I've reframed basically everything in that world. Every ounce of pain that I felt, I now today look at it as a good thing.
Mm.
The difficult conversations, I am very comfortable having difficult conversations. I'm very comfortable being uncomfortable.
Mm,
And it's not always for people that are not that way. I've caused some pain and some hurt, but at the same time, on the back end, once they get over it and they see it from the different point of view, they're like, oh, that was actually not a bad thing. It was a good thing. And so
mm.
I've had a handful of those conversations over the past couple of years um where having a difficult having a really hard conversation up front saves a lot of actual pain on the back end. And it actually creates better relationships when you're open, honest, and you don't hold that stuff back, because when you hold that stuff back, all it does is fester. And festering doesn't solve anything. It just makes the problem worse, and it amplifies the problems later on.
150 gajillion thousand percent. I completely love it. So you said before, that there's maybe people aren't that way. Do you think that you are just a person who can handle difficult conversations, or do you think it's a skill you've learned?
It's a skill I've learned.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I used to avoid them, but like in high school, oh man, how did I get here? I wouldn't converse with my dad when he was upset with me.
Mm,
I would just sit and take it. Okay. And I would just sit and listen, and I would turn off, and I had a key in my brain where I would just, and I'd leave. Um, my body was
so
there, but
you
I'm
would
like,
disassociate
I
from the
would
conversation.
disassociate
Yeah.
100%. Okay.
Yeah.
And it happened after college too. My sister, she would, she had, I don't know what it was, but she had this issue with me. And every time we were together, she would just attack me.
Mm,
And still don't really know 100% why. She's 7 years older than me, but I think that one time she said she was insecure because I was a college graduate, she wasn't, whatever. But she would just like dig into me, and I just would say, "Cool, I'll check out. See you later." Still be there, and I just turned into Click. If you've seen that movie with Adam Sandler, right? Like I would
mhm,
just fast forward it and like turn on a game in my brain or something. And so I used to not be good at that at all.
mm.
Um, Having Micah changed my life in every
Yeah.
way, shape, or form. Like, absolutely. That kid, man, spending 400 days in the hospital, having the doctors come and tell you your son, like, you have to come say goodbye because he's not going to be here tomorrow. Having your wife call you crying because your son's heart just stopped and they just resuscitated him. Like that time period, it broke me.
Mm,
It just like God just cracked me open. He just is
mm,
like, all right, you're not going down the path that we want you to. Like, all right, let's figure out how to actually get you there. And he sent me Micah,
mm,
and everything changed because it had to. He stripped me down bare. I was naked. I was a shell of who I was,
mm.
and he rebuilt me brick by brick the way he wanted, the way that God saw me, not the way that I thought I wanted to be seen.
I want to ask a crazy cool question. And I see you. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. There are so many questions that I want to ask you right now. There's one that I think the world, as it is right now, we've got Epstein files coming out more and more, and there's so much noise about Epstein. There's so much noise about left versus right, and religious versus woke, and all of this stuff. You are devoutly Mormon. I'm in a same-sex relationship.
What?
I
Sorry.
know.
Sorry.
Oh, that was funny. That was awesome. Let's talk about that
Yeah.
because in this world, in the
Yeah.
current world that's out there, this doesn't work in the frames that are out there and the shoulds of the world.
Yeah.
Why is lesbian in your life?
Because you're amazing.
Thank you. I that was kind of a loaded question, but why in this world? I
Yeah,
should
yeah.
ask a better
How
question.
how can how can a lesbian and a Mormon be friends?
That,
Right,
not
right?
that I'm lesbian, by the way, but
You're
how
not a
does a
lesbian. I'm
person
so
who's
sorry. Yes, I forgot.
it's
You're
okay.
my not lesbian friend. Um,
But how in your mind, how does this work? Because I
yeah,
understand how it works in my mind, but I'm
yeah,
wondering, like, let's talk real right now. How does it work for
yeah.
you?
Uh, yeah, that's a good question. Okay, I have a lot of relationships in my life that people would say, "How are you friends?" I am deeply, deeply, deeply conservative. I am like as hard capitalist as it comes. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
And some of my best friends I met not through any shared connection, but through our disagreements.
Mm.
Okay. And this wasn't the case with you. I'm going to get to you in 1 second. But one of my really good friends, we
That sounds
met.
like a threat. I'm going to get to you in a second.
One of my really good friends, we met during COVID and we were in a group and we disagreed like crazy. And he thought I was a complete idiot. And I'm like, this guy's a retard. And we thought like we just batted heads every single day. Turns out he was actually a client of mine, not through him, but through his wife. And one day he's going off on me about how big of an idiot I was. And his wife was like, that's our accountant. And he's like, oh. And we actually like we talked afterwards. And it was like, I I I don't see, how do I say this? I don't see, oh shoot. He and I eventually bonded over our differences and over those things that like the the world would say, hey, you guys are deeply opposed.
Mm.
He's I'm not gonna say he's a socialist, but he's pretty dang far left. And I'm like pretty dang far right. And yet
Hmm.
we're like really good friends
Hmm.
because of those differences.
Mm.
With you, the night I met you, you were the most fun person I had ever met in my life to that moment. Like, we just had, not only were you fun, you did something that I have talked about since. You saw me for me, and there was a moment where somebody else came and kind of interrupted our conversation. He turned his back to me because you're the celebrity, and he talked directly to you. And you had this beautiful moment of saying, hey, have you met my friend Preston? He looked at me, said hi, and then turned his back to me again. And about 30 seconds later, you're like, hey, appreciate the conversation, but I'm going to continue my conversation with Preston. This was the night we met. You did not know me from Adam up until that point. Just because you're not a lesbian and I'm a Mormon, like, who cares? I can see you as an individual, and you are a beautiful freaking soul, and I love you. I don't understand why me being a Mormon has anything to do with that.
And that to me sounds like the markings of peace.
Yeah.
When you love people for their core, for their values, for how they show up in the world, the good that they do in the world. Because I love you.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
I like I've studied the Mormon religion. I'm like, I want to get to know these people. Like, what do they believe? I'm like, oh, they believe that. They wear magic undies. Have you got your magic undies on right now?
I do. Yes. Yeah. They're not the sleeveless ones. They're not the sleeveless ones.
Got it. And I think in this world, some of my deepest friends, and I'm actually quite conservative. Like I'm actually super conservative, and that
Yeah,
would rake most people's brains to
sure.
go, hold up for a second. You're in a same sex relationship, yes, and you're conservative, yes, of
Yeah.
course. Just and am I capitalist? I love. I want you. Hello.
Yeah.
So I love that you have this capacity, Preston, to look at what matters now and still use the backbones of the Mormon religion as the manner in which you show up in the world, the how you conduct yourself, as a husband, as a man, as a father, as a parent, as a custodian of the wealth and the knowledge that you have. It's beautiful. And you're open enough to see people's truth. So I love that about you. You're a very blessed, and I'm blessed to have you in my life, and you're a very blessed man. I want
I'm
to
blessed
ask
to
you
have
another.
you in my life, Liz.
Oh,
Liz,
seriously.
like, Liz, I don't know how if you know how much I adore you. Like, I
Mm.
don't know that you do. And so,
Are you
um,
calling me stupid?
I feel honored, A, to call you friend, like, but just having you being able to call Liz Benny my friend is just so crazy to me. Like, I don't know, I freaking adore you. And
Oh,
the day I met you, like that night was just so fun.
we
Um,
laughed a lot that
a
night.
lot. And you farted around me too. It was amazing.
And that's recorded, everyone. And that's true. I did it to make you laugh. Like, I vividly remember that. I was like, this will make him laugh.
Oh,
Um,
I don't think we
so,
stopped laughing that night. But
oh,
like it was, I don't know if it was just instantaneous friends. Like the
mm,
moment we met, um, I just I'm like, this is somebody that is I want to be around.
mm,
I like being around people that are joyful,
mm,
right? People that are yours, that are depressed all the time, that have a black cloud over their head. I have a really hard time with those types of people.
mm,
In 20, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of running right now, but like in 2017, my first coach, he looked around the room and said, I know everybody's problem in this room. And he looked at me and said, "You're a victim." And I'm like, "Oh, I've got some work to do." Granted, I was in hell at the time,
mhm,
and um, I'm not going to say my problems were worse than anybody else's, but they were pretty bad. And I was like,
mm,
I didn't want to live anymore type thing. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I'm a victim.
mm,
Coming out of that, my life is about chasing joy. Okay. My
mm,
wife's business started because we were chasing joy. And so I
mm,
love being around people that are joyful. And my goodness, friend, you exemplify that.
thank you very much. I appreciate it. Like, I literally walk through my days doing my very best to make people giggle as much as possible. Like going on a road trip, um, I mean, your abs get a workout. It's going to be fun. I have a question for you. You have a t-shirt on that has the word distracted. Would you like to tell people firstly what the t-shirt is? If you
Okay.
pull back there.
So there's the t-shirt, Distracted by Kiwis. So you again, uh about I don't know, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, my son was sick. This kid he just can't he's given me all the gray hairs on my head. Good heavens. He had a 105-degree fever, and one night I was up till 4 in the morning just sitting with him, trying to keep him from going to the ER. Now, you recall this kid, if this had happened to him a few years ago, it was an immediate month in the ER. Like every
Mm,
time that he would get to this point, a month in the ER, and it would just his lung would collapse, he'd get pneumonia, and it would just be like
mm,
it was this never-ending cycle. And so one night I'm sitting there crying at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I don't know how it happened, but you messaged me, and we started giggling at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I ended up buying you a fart t-shirt, and you ended up buying me this. And so you distracted me, like you brought joy into my life in that
mm,
moment of like pain. And
mm,
so yeah. So thank you.
mm. You're so welcome. And the reason why I say that is because I will often do the thing that you shouldn't do. And I actually remember asking you for permission. I remember going, is it okay with you if I send you inappropriate things to make you laugh? Because it's not the normal thing that you would do. Like when Christy's mum was dying of cancer and we were pushing her around in the wheelchair. I mean, I just started calling her nude nut nana. Like she had a bald, and she was laughing. And like, I just think that laughter has so much needs more of a place in entrepreneurialism, needs like
Mhm.
to lighten the fire truck up, like
Yeah.
let's just lighten things as
Yeah.
much as possible. So that's why I did that.
I love it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Now I just want to say too, like I am currently sipping on beautiful tea that your wife sent through to me.
Awesome. I don't have my mug.
You don't have your mug. Where is you have your mug right there?
I don't have it. I don't have it
Oh,
with me.
so maybe that might not be appropriate for this. No, it would be appropriate. So um Everyone listening and watching right now, I like to send gifts to make people giggle and make people laugh. And I might have sent through a mug to Preston that said, "Don't be a
Contosaurus.
sounds." Sorry, did you just say it? You did
Oh,
say
was I not
it.
supposed to?
No, you can say it. Don't be a Contosaurus. So it was a mug that said, "Don't be a Contosaurus." It's got a really cute like dinosaur-y thing on it. Or yes. Anyway, so joy is something that I
Yeah.
think is missing a lot, and I love the fact, beautiful, that you said that you started these business, or Lauren's business started with chasing joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So recently I did a program, which you've actually been through, Capel Future Now, which started from me saying the question, if it had to be fun and serve people and potentially make money, what would I do? And that's how that program came about. So if you had to put everything through the lens and like restart everything right now and start through the lens of only joy, like it has to, like you had nothing, you literally had nothing, you had no accountancy business, there was no cookies, there was nothing. And if it had to be joy, what would you do now to build a seven
Oh, that's a
figure
really good.
profit business
Yeah.
that's joyful?
Um, okay, so I will say there, I believe in delayed gratification as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say I do find joy in like hard work. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my wife's business started because we were at an event. She was getting stressed over, she was going to start a graphic design business and she was getting stressed before she had a single client. And I'm like, this ain't it. And so we had the conversations like, do you want to build this business that you feel like you have unfinished business with, or do you want to chase joy? And I thought the there was going to be more profit in graphic design than there was in cookies. Little did I know that she made $2 million the next year selling a $47 cookie course. um, like just insane. And but it wasn't we weren't trying to make money with that business. We were trying to just chase joy. I wanted my wife to be happy and to be fulfilled. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To be frank, with my business, I am completely fulfilled with who I am, with where I am, and where I how I've gotten here. It's not taken super long. Um, I would honestly, at this moment, I would do this over. Like I love what I'm doing. I love what's going on. It's taken me kind of a long time to get here and to find this passion and joy for what I'm doing again, but I really do love it. There are other things that are going to be coming down the pike at some point, but for the time being, I love what I'm doing. I would do this again, and I would put my nose to the grindstone. If I had to start completely over, I would probably build this same business over again.
Wow, that is freaking awesome. So, from a personality standpoint, from a human design standpoint, Myers Briggs and all that sort of stuff, or uh, what is it? The like, oh, what is it? The one with Tony Robbins, the high D I disc.
Oh, disc.
Who
Disc.
are you on disc, and who are you? Yeah, let's have a talk about this.
I'm an accountant, okay? Um, Almost every accountant in the world is high S, high C, okay?
Mhm.
Super high compliance. C is my lowest.
This is why I wanted to have a conversation with you about it, because you don't stereotypically look, sound,
No,
act in any way,
no,
shape, or form,
no.
and you've gone outside.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
going. So who are you?
I'm high I, high S,
High
okay?
I, high S.
High S,
Wow.
okay? I have very little D,
Mhm.
but no C, okay?
Did you say
Like,
you have a very little D? Is that what I heard you say? I just, I just, so, I
I think
mean,
you heard right.
I hope people watching this or listening to this right now are having fun. So, who are you? Have you ever done human design?
No,
No.
no.
I'd be interested to see who you are on human design. And Myers Briggs?
I don't remember offhand. I
Got
have
it.
done it, but I can't remember. I will say when I took it during Micah and I took it again, it was not the same person. I did not recognize myself. And any
Yeah.
personality test I took between 2015 and
Yeah.
2019,
Yeah.
I did not recognize myself.
Mm.
I would take these tests. I was I'm is it what's the first one of Myers-Briggs? It's outgoing,
Introvert or extrovert? Yeah.
introverted, extrovert, i.e., right? I was introverted on all of those
Wow.
tests,
Yeah, that
right?
sounds like traumery type stuff. Like just totally
Oh,
in. Yeah.
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 I was like, I wasn't myself. I was
Mm,
not myself.
hmm.
And so anything I took during those years, like I look at those tests today and I'm like, who is this person? Like
Mm,
it wasn't me. Um, I know I'm outgoing. I do have a
yeah.
little bit of like I'm like 65% ish what is it? Introvert, extrovert, extrovert.
Mm,
I'm like 65% extrovert. I have a little bit of introvertedness, not a ton, but a little bit because I still like to recharge sometimes by myself. I like to
hmm.
read, I like to do those things.
Hmm.
Um, but
The reason why I was asking is stereotypically, like you're a dude who is, for those who are listening right now, not watching, you've got a psycho bunny hat backwards on, you've got your fluffy hair, fangling
yeah,
out there, you've got your bright green t-shirt on, you've got a bright office,
yeah,
Russell Brunson's books behind you, you've got
sure,
Lego thing, you've got brightness.
yeah,
And I mean, I love it. I love it. So
yeah.
stereotypically, you don't look like an accountant.
No,
But what parts of your business, I'm wondering, what parts of your business bring you so much joy and fulfillment? I want to know that part.
serving.
Mm.
Okay. Um, I was gifted with numbers as a kid.
Hmm.
I was doing calculus as a second grader. Okay.
Wow.
Like off the charts gifted. I learned to read
Hmm.
in third grade. Okay.
Hmm.
Like off the charts gifted and kind of stupid on the same side. I'm like very, very, very imbalanced. Um, insanely imbalanced. Like my family's like, is he autistic? We don't know. Um, but um, so I always knew I was going to do something with numbers, and for the longest time, I thought, oh, I just want to be in a back room and just hammer out returns all day and not
Mm.
talk to anybody.
Mm.
And I worked for a company doing that for 10 years where I didn't talk to anybody. I just was kind of in the back room hammering out returns. And I was essentially, when I left, it took three people to replace me because I just put my heart and soul and I would work 100 hours a week and I would just hammer stuff until I was very, very, very productive.
Mm.
Um,
How was your health during that time?
oh yeah, not great. I would put on 20 pounds every tax season and then after tax season I'd take it off and put it on, take it off, put it on,
Mm.
take it off. And then
Wow.
we had Micah and then I just put it on, put it on, put it on.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
It's come off a little bit since.
Uh-huh.
Um, But where I am with my journey today and my business today, I don't actually touch returns anymore. I'm not the one doing
Mm.
returns. So what I thought I wanted 20 years ago versus where I am today, today I'm on calls and I serve people. I'm on
Mm.
calls and I find ways to just help. And my sales calls aren't sales calls. They're how can I help you calls. They're how can I get clarity in your business? I've had people where I at the end of the call I turn them away and said, "Hey, I don't think we're a good fit."
Mhm.
But I've given them $20,000 of value where they've literally taken the information that I told them and gone and gotten $20,000 back that they wouldn't have gotten
Mm.
otherwise. And
Mm.
I have people writing me saying, "Hey, like, how can I repay you? How can I thank you?" And I'm like, "It's
Mm.
all good. Me being able to serve is honestly fulfilling." It's
Mm. With that said,
um
like you're obviously incredible at what you do. You understand the US tax structure like the back of your hand. You can do it probably in your sleep. What's the number one thing that you know that if a person just makes one adjustment, it's likely to be like a $20,000 return for them? Is there a
Oh,
normal
there is
thing?
none.
There's no
There's no
normal
one
thing.
thing. It's every facts and circumstance, and it depends are the two most common phrases I use.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has their own situation. There is no specific way or structure or anything. There's no like, I
That's
can't, hey, do this one thing and you'll be $20,000 richer. It doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
wonderful. So it means that you have become the expert, or what I'm making this mean is you've become the expert of understanding the law, the legalities, the structures, and all the things. And
Mhm.
when you are met with a person, you're able to assist them in becoming
Yeah.
more tax efficient,
Mhm.
etc., etc., etc.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
What a what a legend. That's cool. I wish you understood New Zealand
I
taxation.
wish I understood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
be
I
so
don't.
good. Be so good. I actually asked a crazy cool question the other day on a call. This is actually a really pertinent thing. I ended up asking a $120,000 question the other day on a call with my financial advisor. I've got two businesses here, and I just asked a question like, what if this was possible? A big thing. I'm not going to like air it here.
Sure, sure.
And I was like, oh my God. And we put it through the legal system. We asked our accountant, and it was just one of those what if this was possible? And it ended up meaning that there was $150,000 worth of savings there.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
oh my gosh. So that actually taught me a lot, or reminded me that when we as entrepreneurs are not stressed and we're able to reach creativity space, and we can really ask bigger questions and see possibilities that aren't even there if we were just in the stress state all the time, or hire people that can actually find those for us.
yeah.
So yeah, do you have people come to you who are super stressed, I'm guessing, and you can just help? What's the typical clientele that comes your way?
Oh man, yes, I do have some clients that are super stressed.
Mm.
I have the gambit. So I deal with mostly entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
and um, like my goal is not to get their tax to zero. Okay,
Mm.
like
Hmm.
a lot of tax advisors are like, all right, we're gonna get your tax to zero every
Hmm.
single year.
Hmm.
And sometimes I've seen that backfire really,
Yeah.
really big and spectacular ways. My goal is the opposite. It's not to
Hmm.
make your tax high. My
Hmm.
goal is to help clients increase their net worth.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like, how can we keep as much cash after tax versus getting your tax down? Um, I've dealt with clients that are making a million five, but spending a million five, and they're left with
Yeah.
nothing at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
being able to show them, hey, here, make these couple little tweaks. And instead of having this lifestyle creep that every time you make more, you just spend more, you make more, you spend more, you make more, you spend
Yeah.
more.
Yep.
And at the end of every year, you're still struggling to pay your tax bill. Like a couple little tweaks, let's save you $200,000. And instead of
Yep.
spending it, putting it towards your lifestyle, whoa,
That's amazing.
uh, instead of spending it, we put it towards your net worth and we put it towards investments.
Mm.
I showed that to one person, and literally now again, every person is different and every model is different. But this one dude, we literally showed him how he could be worth $500 million in just a few, not in just a few years, but in like because he is so young, he has so much time on his hands, and yet he was spending every penny. Just a few small tweaks, he could be worth $500 million. And he was worth,
Mm.
he's like, if he doesn't make those tweaks, he'll be worth nothing because he won't be saving. So
Um, by the way, for those of you watching right now, what happened in the background is my beautiful fairy lights fell down. Don't worry, the fairy is not dead. She's still flying around. I'm sure of it. Whatever. But I love the fact that what you're talking about here is you're being fiduciarily strategic. You're looking at things and going, how do we increase the net worth? And I think that a lot of people in the entrepreneur game don't understand, or they're so fixated on the award and the lifestyle and what their Instagram life looks like,
yeah,
and then they're living in despair, eating like the 2 minute noodle lifestyle at home, but the flamboyancy is out there. And that to me is one of the saddest things that I see people walk through as well. And like, I just want to say thank you to for being a person that can be a safe place for people to bring their bull crap and the truth and go help.
yeah.
Like,
There's a
it's amazing.
lot of emotion surrounding money. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I did not
A lot
realize
of
I was going to be a
shame.
therapist myself. And so,
Wow. I remember I at the beginning of a little while ago, I just decided that being fiduciarily responsible was going to be one of my core values.
mhm,
And I've always been very super conservative. It didn't make sense to me when people were making $1 million and like, or turning over $1 million worth of revenue and having $50,000 at the end of the day. They might have an amazing award and they might have some really cool, like luxurious pictures of places they've been. But at the end of the day, they're still stressed. So I think for me, I would love to instill, I think happiness for an entrepreneur comes down to having a hard conversation with yourself about your finances and going,
yeah,
hey, hold up for a second. How do I need to act and be in order to have the life that I truly deeply want? And I
Mhm.
think that you're a person that assists people along the way. So thank you for that. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, love that. Um, my wife and I, like I said, we've had months in her business is insanely volatile. We had that
Mm,
month where we canceled the event. We lost a lot of money. There were months during that time where we were losing $50,000 a month.
mm,
It was rough. I'm not going to lie. But we've also had months where we made $200,000 profit in a single month.
mm, mhm,
What came to us and what we actually spent didn't change depending on the month. If we made 200 grand, we lost $50,000. The amount that we spent personally stayed flat. It was stayed the same. And
I'm the
so
same. Yep.
one of the things that I teach people is like, don't don't inflate your lifestyle as your income increases.
Mm,
And instead of inflating your lifestyle, increase your savings and giving faster than you increase your lifestyle. And so
mhm.
that's one of the principles I live by, and one of the ones I teach too.
Oh, I love that. And I don't think a lot of people understand that one thing. And I've seen a lot of people actually break their marriages, break themselves as people, and actually just become understand, unfortunately, the hard way. Um, and I mean, I if people looked at how much I paid myself every single week, they'd go, "Wait, what?" Like, I don't actually need much
Yeah.
income to live my life.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm savvy in certain ways to make sure that I'm increasing what matters long
Yeah.
term. Yeah. So again, I wish you understood New Zealand tax law. I would
Maybe at some point.
I would hire you just like that. So I want to talk with you about your marriage. A lot of people say that you can grow your business to the degree to which you grow your marriage. So if you're married, a lot of the time, see it a different way. If there are difficulties in the marriage, the business is struggling. Let's have a conversation about that. What came up for you?
Oh yeah. Um, I look back at the last few years, um, and my marriage has been just off the charts incredible.
Mm,
Um, when it was struggling the most, I thought I was doing great. I thought my
mm,
business was thriving. And
mm.
looking back, I'm gonna have in 2 days, I'll have had more profit this year than I had in revenue during that time. Right?
Uh-huh.
And I thought I was I thought I was doing really well then.
Mm,
Little did I know. Right? And as I've my marriage has increased as I've worked on myself. And
mm,
it's not been I don't work on my marriage per se.
mhm,
My wife works on herself, I work on myself, and we both have this common goal of like trying to grow closer to Christ. And
mhm,
it's like a triangle. The closer we grow to Christ and the closer we work, the more we work on ourselves, we grow closer to each other. And I think that just allows us to expand our ability to serve as well, right?
mm,
The more capacity I have, the more I'm able to serve.
mhm,
Um, I have 12 employees today. 5 years ago, I had none. And
mm,
so not only do I serve my community, my people that are clients, but I also serve my people that are employees.
mm.
Um, but having them allows me more time to spend with my wife and um, like this. I'm a CPA. It is February 27th. My wife and I had massages this morning. Like what? What life am I living right now? This is crazy. But
So, with that said, a lot of people are still struggling. They don't understand how to uh, outsource or allow their employees to actually, help them. A lot of
yeah.
people have their fingers in so many pies. Like, what was it? What identity did you choose that allows you to live this life now where people can serve you and you serve them as employees?
Yeah.
There's a beautiful relationship with your employees, and you get to live this life. What did you
Yeah.
choose? What if you were to go? I chose this identity. What would that be?
Uh, it's not having to do everything myself. Okay.
Mm.
The thing is, I am faster, probably more accurate. It would take me less time to do any individual return or any individual set of books. I could do it faster than any of my employees. No
Mm,
question.
mhm,
Um, I can do it more efficiently.
mhm,
But if I don't give them the opportunity to do that and to grow and to make mistakes, I have to allow everybody else to grow. If I
mhm,
try to do everything myself, I will
mhm,
stay small. And
mm,
I did not want to stay small.
mhm.
Instead, I
Now, when
wanted
you say making mistakes, just to be clear, you're not saying making mistakes on people's tax returns that would cost them. Just I just want to protect
no,
your
no, no.
yeah, I want to
But
protect your
yeah, yeah,
business here. Yeah. Okay.
correct. We have layers at this point of
Uh-huh.
like, but it's not right to me the first time it comes to me.
Mm,
I review it, I send it back, and then
mhm,
say, "Hey, this needs to be changed." It would be
mhm.
faster for me to just make those changes,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But rather than doing that, if
Mm,
I take that away from them, and I one of the things that when I hire people, I'm not hiring robots. I'm not hiring people that I'm not hiring bodies. I'm hiring people with minds. And
mm,
I try to allow every single employee the autonomy to grow, to make mistakes. And
mm.
I'm often giving them, it would take me 10 minutes to find the answer. And if it takes them an hour and a half, I'm okay with it because I want them more so than finding the answer, I want them knowing the process to find the answer.
Got it.
And I'm trying to build leaders,
Yeah.
not just task doers.
And where did that come from? Because a lot of people don't understand that it's about building leaders. It's about helping people learn how to
Yeah.
find it for themselves. Where did that come from? Is that
Uh,
so? For example, one of the things, I mean, Russell Brunson and I have hung out a lot, and I remember asking him one day, "Did you going on mission and having so many doors slammed in your face, did that help you with sales? Like, because you went on mission, I assume, and
yep,
you've had a lot of people go, piss off, asshole,
yep,
or
yep,
whatever it is. I don't need
yep,
your God, or
yeah.
whatever it is." And Russell was very much of the mind that that helped him with sales, dealing with rejection after rejection. So I'm wondering, where did you learn to be this person? Was it something that you had to become, or have you been a person that was always about like helping people become that? Go for it.
No, I didn't know that thought process until
Mm.
in 2019 after I sold my business, I basically did nothing but read. Okay. I
Mm.
ran a marathon that year and I had no clients, I had no money. I'm like, it's just I was at work 8 hours a day trying to like drum up business and it wasn't working and
Mm.
I was just failing flat on my face and that whole year it was just like fail, 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 fail. And for a while I kind of took it on as myself. It's like, oh hey, maybe I'm a failure. And I'm like, okay, no, no, what I'm doing is failing. But my spare time was either spent running or reading. And that was it. And so honestly, it was a lot of John Maxwell. So
Mm.
like the
He's
principles
great.
of leadership,
Uh-huh.
um, and realizing that, excuse me, if I want to grow, I have to help others grow.
Yeah.
I read a lot of Zig Ziglar. I listened to a lot of Zig Ziglar, and it's
Yeah.
like you can have everything you want in this life if you'll just help enough other people get what they want, right? And
Mm.
so it's not just helping your customers, but it's also helping your employees. You want to help them get everything they want, and if
Mm.
you serve them, they'll serve you. They'll help you grow.
Mm.
But they have to be incentivized as well and be a part of the growth process and know that there's levels that they can reach too, right? And so again, I'm not trying to just build people that do the tasks, but I'm trying to help my lead bookkeeper. When she started with me, she just did books and that was it. And she thought she was very, very, very small. And over the past 5 years of working with her, like I have seen her grow and flourish and just become. And recently, she's like, "Hey, this is really hard, and I kind of want to step down." And I'm like, I don't accept that. I love you too much to say yes to that. And so instead of allowing you to do that, what do you need from me to stay where you are and to grow to the next person that you need to be? And so it was been a lot of learning myself, reading, and also like taking on that those times where I failed and realizing like the lessons that I learned from all of those times have helped me with my people.
Mm. That is so beautiful. So we have been chit chatting back and forth, and I love this. I could talk with you forever. This is amazing. But people's time and attention is shorter these days. And I want to ask you a question. If there was a person that came to you right now, they're struggling, they've got a 7-figure business, and they're just not happy, what would be some number one, or what would be the top things that you would say to the person that they might want to consider to assist them in living the business and the life that they absolutely love?
Oh man, I would try to figure out where they're not happy. Is it in their business? Is it in their marriage? Is it like what is causing the stress? What is causing um the unease, the unhappiness? And um one of my coaches, he had this thing, it's like the real underlying big one. And so it's we would try to identify that, root that out, get rid of it. And oftentimes when you get rid of the root, like everything else is because a lot of people, most people that I know find some sort of fulfillment, joy, something in their business.
Mm,
Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. Even dirty jobs, even people that are garbage men, like people that are. I've met so many people that find fulfillment in what they're doing, right?
mm,
And no matter what task or what it is, they find
mhm,
fulfillment there. And so I would try to find where their unease is coming from and root that out. Like I said, in 2018, I sold my business because like everything in my whole world was falling apart. The one thing that was working, I thought I had joy in my business at the time. I thought, oh, we're doing good, we're doing great. Um, but I had to like sell off the one thing that was working to fix the more important things. And
mm,
as I did that, my life slingshotted forward. And so
mm.
that's what we do. That's where I
And
would
you have and you
go
have a
ahead.
closer relationship with God. You have
Yes.
a closer relationship with yourself.
Mm,
You have a closer relationship with Lauren and your children and
yeah.
your clients and your friends. With that said, is connection one of the things that you deeply crave as a person?
Oh, 100%.
Mm,
Laura and I go to a lot of events, and
yep.
I love being around people. I am fulfilled. I am recharged around
Mm,
others. So I
mm.
like going to the events and then I like coming home afterwards and be like, oh, I'm good. I can keep going.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, my beautiful, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for hamming it out here with me, having some fun, uh, filling my life with joy. Is there anything else that you feel called to say right now to lift others, serve others? We are in a world where there are so many distractions. Epstein, this, left, this, right there, all of this. Like, is there anything else right now that you would love to say to someone to give them hope, to give them joy, to give them laughter, to give them ease in their world?
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I used to be caught up in all of that stuff. I've turned it off. Just like you'll never find fulfillment in the media, you'll never find fulfillment on your phone, you'll never find fulfillment in games or porn or anything. It's not there, it's in real life. Fulfillment really is, um, I think, honestly, truly in doing the hard things and um, like help. It's fulfillment is in climbing the mountain, whether that's whatever that is. That's where you find the joy. It's you find it in the work, in the real life, in the world, not in spending your time talking about Epstein or talking about all of these things that you have no control over. The only thing that you have control over is how you react, and that's it. And
Mm.
that's where you'll spending time there and focusing on that. That's where you'll find joy.
I love you. Thank you so very much for spending this time with me today. You've been an amazing guest. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Liz, I freaking love you. Thank
I
you.
love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.